What's something I wouldn't believe about you?
Something that you probably wouldn't believe about me, and many people always are shocked when I tell them because I'm such a happy, outgoing person, is I'm actually a felon. Committed a felony many years back. I regret it. Did my time, and now I just look forward to being more positive and doing more positive in the world.
Something you wouldn't believe about me is that when I was a kid, I started 2 forest fires, and I learned a lot from that, and I've devoted my life to helping the environment, and I've devoted all my studies to environmental sustainability and trying to rectify those wrongs that I did as a child.
Honestly, I think what you want to believe about me is that I just got a job as an advocate working with victims for crime, and basically that entails like making sure that there's like services provided for them, like if there's like a need for clothing or like shelter or food and that kind of stuff. And it's funny because I just got that job. However, I am using the same services because I can't afford professional clothes that I'm required to wear. And it's just interesting to be like supposedly in this position of like, you know, authority that's helping other people, and yet I still can't even like get my own needs met. This woman asked me last night because it was my last day at my job, and she asked me, she's like, so like you want to save people? And I was like, no. I do not want to save people. I'm not trying to save people. I want people to save themselves. Like I want people to be empowered and to like realize their full potential and know that like coming from like really shitty stuff, you can still make it, you know? I just want to be an example, you know, for people to like see their worth and their like, yeah, their uniqueness and like their resilience. Yeah.
People look at me and think that I'm naive, but I've been through a lot, and I notice patterns that people wouldn't think I would think. I don't know, I tend to space out a lot, and I've heard from friends that people take deer in headlights as naive, but it just means that I'm thinking a lot and my creativity is way out there.
You could read people pretty well because of what you've been
Exactly, very much so.
Okay.
Unless a girl is flirting with me, and then it just goes over my head.
That I played football for 8 years. I wrestled for 2 years. I played tennis for a year, baseball, soccer. I've done every sport you could possibly imagine.
Why do you think people might be shocked to hear that?
I'm very flamboyant. I think that's number one. I could be a professional long snapper, honestly, if I went back into it. You don't know what a long snapper is? I know, no one does. So he's special teams. I'm never on the field at all, and then I go out and I'm the center and I snap the ball 15 yards back. So I just like snap and be like, ooh.
And you were so good at it that you think you could have gone pro.
I could have, but I just didn't like anybody on the team. I didn't like any boys on the team.
Why'd you play?
I had 3 older brothers. Just followed suit. It's just easier, as you can tell. Just easier to blend in than stand out.
I am not American, because everyone says I'm a California boy, SoCal core, so people don't realize I've only lived here like 3 years.
Where are you from?
Norway.
Did you fit in well in Norway as well?
Not really. I lived in a tiny village, and I was the only guy. My hair used to be all the way down to my back, so everyone thought I was a girl, and I was kind of outcast. And I moved here, and I fit right in. No, I just copy people's accents, and I get here. It's that easy.
I have a 32-year-old son and 5 children. I'm 48 years old, and I have a 32-year-old, a 26-year-old, a 24-year-old, a 15-year-old, and an 8-year-old. Having a child at 15, it has been challenging, but I'm able to grow up with my son. So we are best friends.
You are?
Yes.
Like he would say that you're his best friend?
Yes, he would say I'm his best friend. Yes. Called me all the time. And ask me random crap that I really don't want to answer. about women, and I'm like, no, son, that's not for mommy. And now he has I have 6 grandkids because of him. So life is good.
I've cleaned 3,000 fish tanks in a single year. It's kind of a fluke. I was bouncing around between jobs, and then I got my girlfriend at the time a tiny little betta fish, and then I spent every day at the fish store by my house, and then eventually he told me just to start working there, and so I did. And then after a few years of doing that, I started cleaning fish tanks for him, and then realized that I just really like cleaning fish tanks. I just like giving fish good habitats and stuff. Makes me happy. And then eventually I moved away and started my own business. Yeah, it's a pretty good business. It's Bob's Fish Services.
Wait, I'm curious why you like cleaning fish tanks so much.
Oh, I think fish are such an underappreciated pet, and they don't really get the clean tanks that they deserve. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, but more along the lines of I just want every fish to have the best home that they can.
I'm terribly afraid of insects, spiders, millipedes, centipedes, dillipedes, all of the above. There's like a giant picture of one on a van down there, and I couldn't look at that. I told her I had to cover it up, you know what I'm saying? I had to go like this. I couldn't even do it, I had to go like this. So just thinking about it is crazy. Yeah, I don't like them.
Something that you wouldn't believe about me is that I'm from backwoods Wisconsin, and I'm also a United States Marine Corps veteran. I don't look very fresh out of the military. I've got the dyed hair and piercings and face tattoos and hand tattoos, and that's not something that you see common in the military. So
I went to school for EMT so I could be a firefighter, but I broke my leg really bad, so I never actually went into the field. But I've actually saved several lives outside of doing that anyway. Some people choking, some people drowning, some people heart attacks. And
how many lives have you saved?
Well, 3 for sure. One, I don't know if he ever totally recovered. Well, one had a heart attack in Home Depot. One got sucked under a log jam in a river, and when I found her under there, she was gray and her color had all changed, and the other person was choking to the point where they couldn't get any air at all, and so we Heimlicked them.
And what feeling does that leave you with?
Nothing special, really. Honestly, I was just one of those people who will act, and so it just comes kind of normal.
Something you wouldn't believe about me, I speak 7 languages. So Italian, my first language, German, French, English, Spanish, Japanese, and some Portuguese.
About 6 years ago, I weighed 300 pounds, and now I'm down to 150. I think I was like 25, 26, and I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. I was out of breath, my feet hurt, my legs hurt, I was in pain, and I was like, why? I mean, this is so bad. It's been a really long journey, but I probably would have not been here if, I didn't make the decision, because I was very, very depressed and very unhealthy.
You wouldn't believe?
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe that I'm a person who have maybe 3 immigration and was born in Russian Ural, and my parents brought me to Ukraine, and all my life I spent in Ukraine, and then was from Soviet Union we immigrate to Israel, so I have Israel passport, then I immigrate to Canada, I have Canadian passport, and I lived a lot of in Europe, and I have German, and now soon I will be American. So I'm a collector of the passports and experience, and I feel like I'm a person of the world, and I accept any nationality. My boyfriend now, originally his parents from China, and before I had Ukrainian husband, then I had German husband, and maybe I will be wife of the Chinese American. This is, you cannot believe. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching. I'll be posting bonus footage from this episode on my Patreon. That means more answers and extended cuts of each answer. If you want to see it, you can sign up. I'll have it linked in my description. And if I ever do follow-ups on the people you see in this episode, that'll be on my Patreon as well. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.